All right. Mic check. Mic check. Me. Yep. Looks good on my end. Excellent. Excellent. My levels are set. Let's do a quick breakdown while we wait for the 10 a.m. open. What are we seeing here, man? Markets are pretty much extremely weak, if you ask me. We get this weekly candle, right? So you always want to start from the higher time frame, get an idea of what is going on, right? So we're maintaining this uh weekly imbalance here. This bullish candle right here, price drives into it, good move out of it, drives into it again, tries to make a new high, fails. Then we tap into it again here, and you're seeing price just completely sell off, telling me that these are going to end up being taken out before we take out these highs, right? I've been extremely bearish for 2026, and I think we're about to start seeing that follow through. We've already seen that price is unwilling to go higher. It's just not going there. So once we start taking out this low, then I think the real game has begun. Right now we're just ranging, and if you pay attention, we're pretty much stuck inside of this weekly candle here, right? So what I want to know is, how is price going to respond now that we push up? We took out this previous week's high. We took out this previous week's high, and you're seeing this rejection candle. Same thing for ES, right? You see price take out this high. You got an SMT off of this weekly high. I want to see if we can start trading back towards this low, or will price just sit inside of this candle range for a few days or a week or so. You got to give price a chance to accumulate if it wants to. So now when I go down to the 30-minute chart, I'm looking at yesterday. Yesterday was a big red flag if you're a buyer, right? We had this massive rejection. We swept that previous daily high, got a massive rejection, and then you got a beautiful continuation from this bearish candle right here. You see price drive into this bearish candle and then continue lower. Once you close underneath these lows, you're looking for areas that can offer a continuation, right? So you're breaking structure here on the 30-minute, closing through these lows. We have this bearish fair value gap right here, bearish candle. This bearish candle right here could be where price wants to continue lower. If we were to just highlight this wick to the low, very clean bearish area of interest. We haven't tapped into the actual gap yet, but we did tap into that candle low, and you can see that we got some nice rejection off of that low. You know what I mean? So I like lower. It's just a matter of, will we get a clean setup to take price lower? You know me, I like to see price pretend to be opposite of what I want, right? So if I'm similar to yesterday, right? If I'm bullish, I want to see price pretend to be bearish and then show exhaustion like we saw here. We literally called the bottom yesterday. It was hilarious. Yesterday was probably the funniest trading day I've ever seen, bro. We called this bottom here yesterday. All targets get slapped, and this was a 54-point run on ES, which is massive. All right, so with that, I see price attempt to go higher and completely fail. All right, now this gives me the cue that, all right, I think price wants lower here. Maybe we could take out this low here, where this green line down here would be the ultimate draw. All right, you don't want to expect price to just sell off today because it's a Friday. Price may try and maintain something in here so that it doesn't have terrible headlines over the weekend. You don't want people bad mouthing the market all weekend. So you might get some sort of attempt to go higher. So I've already drawn out a couple areas. If you look here, go to the 4-hour, you'll see that we have this this move lower here, okay? We leave a nice gap right above this candle. And you see here, there's multiple attempts to go lower. 1, 2, 3 different drives into this candle here, and it failed to go lower, right? So when I see stuff like that, I'm thinking, all right, if we can get that same reaction here, this should give us a nice push to retest something back in this area. All right, so that's what I'm thinking. It's Friday. I don't anticipate price to just keep selling off. If you notice, just looking at the days of the week, we had Monday was lower, right? Tuesday was higher. Wednesday pretty much chopped. Thursday was higher. Friday chops, right? So this was a week's worth of price action. What do you notice? This week, Monday, we pushed lower to sweep out this internal, right? Market's pretty much playing ping pong. Monday, we push down to sweep this out, tap into this area, push up, take the highs on Wednesday. Once those highs were taken, Thursday gives you the bias that, okay, we don't want to go higher anymore. Price is pushing lower. So I'm looking at these lows right here potentially. And then once those lows get hit, you'll probably see some sort of bounce off of it just to waste time. You know, you don't want to completely sell off right away. If you're the stock market, you want to give a gradual sell off so people aren't really in fear. People aren't really aware, right? A lot of people probably think that the markets are just fine. But in my eyes, look at this. Yeah. In my eyes, bro, I already know what's up. The sales are creeping in day by day. Look at them. Look at them go. Right? This is YM. YM has been a really good indication of where price wants to go lately. So now that you see YM leaking lower and taking out these areas here, this is where you're supposed to look for some sort of reversal. Okay. Ideally, you would expect YM to leak into this bullish area and create some sort of reaction to go higher before potentially going lower, or maybe even just go higher. We'll see, but it's not really about predicting exactly what's going to happen. It's just about having valid areas of interest. And once price taps into there, just read how it reacts, right? So here we have this valid area. And then over here, we have the same exact profile. This area right here was the last attempt, right? So all you're doing is looking to your left and you're saying, where did price try to go lower and then fail and give us a good move higher? Clearly, this is one area. Here's another area, right? If this area doesn't hold, there's another attempt to go lower that fails. Price rips higher, right? So first things first, if this level can hold, I like higher. If price starts respecting this break of structure, right? Anything in here can send price lower. We're tapping into 50%, seeing rejection. If anything in here shows me rejection, I'm going to look shorts because the most recent price action was lower, right? We got this break of structure lower. So this takes precedent over this. However, you should expect this to have some sort of reaction, right? So it's like ping pong. If I see this, it's the first part of the move. I'm thinking, all right, where could it bounce from? Here's where it bounces from. Let's see how it reacts from that bounce. If it bounces and rips through here, then I think higher. But if it bounces and gets absorbed, right? Bounces here, gets absorbed and starts breaking lower, then I know this wasn't strong enough to break this. So I'm looking for a continuation lower. All right. So that's the game plan here. You see price bouncing, but you can see this level right here holding up. So now naturally I'm like, all right, let me see if I can get a short off of this 30-minute cycle. 9:30 opens. What happens first? Price opens higher, right? So that power of 3 is already starting to show itself. And I'm looking for price to start that flip lower. We have these bullish candles in here. If we're going lower, we need to see closures through these bullish candles. Very simple, right? I'll save that. So that's what I'm looking for here. I want to see if this level is going to hold up and send price higher, or is this level simply just going to give you a bounce to retrace into this bearish leg and then continue lower. And that's it, right? Doesn't get more simple than that. And you can see that this bearish candle that I have highlighted, we tap into the very bottom of it and get beautiful rejection off of it. So this could end up being a good area to short. It's just a matter of, waiting. Right now, I would say that there's no clear bias going on. Stuck in between two areas of interest. You got this bullish area, you got this bearish area right above it. And notice the structure of this 30-minute candle, right? It's gonna close in 1 minute. Let's say it closes exactly like this, a nice bearish doji type candle. When I look at structure, I wanna know what was broken. If I'm looking at this right now, nothing is pretty much getting my attention. Maybe this bearish closure through these up close candles. Actually, that does look solid. Let's look across the board here. Look at YM, bro. YM is down bad. So yeah, YM looks good for a short. Why do I say that? Because if we look at structure, we see price attempt to go higher and completely fail. So this right here would be where I would want to see price retest. Price could retest this and give me my entry model or my sell protocol. I will definitely look for a retrace into here and then a continuation lower. All right, that's the game you want to play as a trader. You want to play continuations or you want to play reversals. That looks solid. NQ is the only one over here lollygagging, right? This one does not look weak at all. And how do I know that? Because if we were showing weakness, we would drive up, show an attempt to go higher, and then completely close through those candles that tried to go higher. Here you can see price is not closing through those candles. Nice wick off the low. We actually have a bearish candle being closed through, so you can see the discrepancy, right? You can see that there's, 1 second. All right, cool. So yeah, that's the game plan. The question is, does price offer a clean setup? Right now, I can't work with this. All right, nice. So as of right now, there's really not much I can work with. For me, I like to see every single market, because once you trade long enough, you really understand that these markets are using the same algorithm. So like YM, which is Dow Jones, the industrial markets, they're just split up into different sectors. These are industrial stocks. YM, ES is the top 500 stocks, and then YM is the top 100 tech stocks, right? So they're all pretty much American stocks using the same algorithm. They're just split up into sectors. And once you really, really understand why that matters, you get to see that once price starts to align on all three, it gives you the answer as to where price wants to go. Whether it wants to go up or down, it'll give it to you. Sometimes you don't catch an entry, right? Sometimes that's the hard part, but really as a trader, as long as you know where price is trying to go, you know today price wants to go up, or if you know today price wants to go down, your job becomes 100,000% easier. So here we go, man. Bouncing directly off of this zone. What do you know? Not surprising, right? Where's my level at? Oh, why did it go away? Oh, it's still. All right, yeah. Bouncing directly out of this zone. And I'm looking at ES here to see, can ES start to confirm this setup? YM, nothing. So yeah, it's gonna be a while. I can already tell price is just shaking out people who can't sit still. Anybody trying to trade this, it's gonna take all their money first before it decides where it wants to go. Yeah, so I'm chilling, guys. I put this note on the screen. I'm gonna wait for a new 30-minute candle to open. So at 10:30, I'll start reevaluating things. Right now, this is pretty much nothing. Got that midnight price up here, but I'll just remove my indicators right now, watch these side by side and see what price has to offer today. But it is Friday. It's been a massive week. Every single day has been a pretty good trading day this week. I'm surprised that I actually caught a trade every day this week. Normally that doesn't happen, but this week offered really good trade ideas every single day. So, you don't want to go into today thinking that you just have to take a trade. We've already won the week, and I've already hit my target for the week. So at this point, I'm just on cruise control, looking for A+ setup as always, and then go from there. So it looks like we're pushing right back into this previous attempt to go higher here on NASDAQ. Showing some lag over here on ES and YM. I would like to see price go higher, but I'll be honest, bro. I want a short. These longs are not it. I want to sell, sell, sell. So I'm hoping we get a clean sell setup. But for whatever reason, this week, literally every trade I've taken has been a buy, and we've won 4 out of 5. That's just how the game goes sometimes. The market wants higher, don't fight it. Even though I'm bearish on the higher time frame, the market is giving you signs that it wants higher. Just just respect it. Don't fade it. All right, so you're seeing that pressure once again from this exact area of interest. No entry opportunity so far. But now we're finally starting to close through these down close candles. This is what you would expect if you're bullish, right? What's up, man? You guys see how yesterday's trade ended up playing out, bro? I was dying laughing. This was like, it was almost like, bro, as soon as we saw this down close candle, the goal was just wait for price to drive into it and see if it wants to go higher, target this high. When you go back and look at it, it's like, bro, why did this take so long? But it was because price really didn't want to do anything. It takes this high, and that was it. Nothing else happened for the rest of the session. And I was laughing so hard because I'm like, bro, look at how easy this was. And the thing that got me was sitting around and waiting. Usually I'm done around like 12:30, 1 o'clock. So as I'm sitting around waiting, I'm starting to get antsy, like maybe it's gonna try to take off here. We filled in this small gap right here, right? This is why I don't care about gaps, bro. Perfect example. You get this pump fake out of the gap, it made me feel like it was gonna try to respect this gap. So I'm like, let me give it a shot. It's 12:30. I'm about to get off stream. Maybe this works out. Wrong. It ignores everything about that gap and pushes into the order block, this candle here. And you get a beautiful trade. This was literally 154 points, effortless. It was just so funny because I was about to give up on it. I'm like, bro, this isn't going anywhere. I don't know what's wrong. This trade literally took, the platform was delivered at 10:30. The retest was given at 12:40. 12:45, and then the move was at 1:30. I'm like, bro, this is the slowest move ever, but I still feel like it's going to blast off randomly. And what do you know? Exactly 1:30 hits and it explodes. I was just happy that I caught it because I was so close to just walking away. I'm like, bro, this is taking forever. And that's one of the techniques that the market likes to use. Some of the most obvious setups will take forever to deliver. And then on some days you'll get setups like, where's the buy that we took? Yeah, like this over here. I think we bought this somewhere in here. Somewhere in here, I bought it. See how quick this was? It was just a tap and go. And then look how precise this one was. This one barely taps into that bearish candle. When I say barely, I mean literally barely taps into this bearish candle and erupts. And it goes and goes and goes, right? So that's the catch with trading. Like some days you'll get the same exact trade. This is essentially the same trade. This one taps it and it's gone by 10:30. The other one decides it's gonna hang out up here and it won't even tap the gap until 12. So it took 2 hours for price to even return back into here. But then I guess once it did tap into it, it only took like, let's say 12:50, like 40 minutes or so to deliver. Not terrible. Price started to reject right around 115, 110-ish. Well, the turnaround wasn't that bad. It was how long price took to return back into here was big. So now I want to go look at this overnight structure. Turn on my indicators. Okay, so this is pre-market. Pre-market, you see price attempt to go higher and fail. I want to zoom down into here and just look at the structure on the lower time frame to see what was printed. And here you go, right? So you see, that's a nice order block here. But this right here is clean. Look at it. This is my setup every single time. You get this 6:30 candle opens, 6:30 closes at 7. You get a new 30-minute candle drive directly into this point of interest. And look what happens. It dumps off of it. Let's take a look at that real quick. What did it look like on the 1 minute? 1 minute, you see price drive into it, create that lower high, break structure. Once that structure was broken, you see price drive right into this order block right here. This is the culprit for this entire move. This 1 minute candle right here. This last attempt to go higher, right? You see price tap into that bearish area, push lower, try to go higher, fail, close underneath it, and then once it closes underneath it, you see price tap into it. This is your sell signal. Once you see price start running away, you get into this short, cover the high. It's only 30 point stop, maybe 40 points if you want to play it safe. Target the low, and you just caught a beautiful trade once again, right? So now look, we're back in that area, and what do you know? Price taps right into that order block and dumps. Trading could be so easy, bro. Trading could be so easy. That's why I'm extremely grateful for this week's price action. This week was bread and butter. If every week was as clean as this week, where price was showing speed, price was showing areas of interest, price was giving fair chance at an entry. If that is the case, I plan to catch every single one of those trades, right? So here we are. Now we get to see what happens here. Are we going to start closing through these 5-minute candles? If we are, that's going to be my cue to start looking for shorts. Right? It's always top down. You want to go 30-minute down to the 5-minute, and then from the 5-minute down to the 1 minute. So even though we already have a 1 minute area to our left, this is old. So I need to see how current price action feels about it. So if price can tap into it and start closing through these candles like this, that's going to give me a better idea of what to expect. I really want shorts though, man. I really want shorts. What's up with crypto? Look, crypto pretended to be bullish all day on Wednesday, and look, slaps this level up here, 70K exactly, and now it's way back here. Anybody who was buying this, sick. You got any friends that like to trade crypto? Tell them just short it. Do not buy it all year. Thank me later. You go to the yearly chart. This is just the beginning. We're gonna push way down into here at least. I would say maybe this down close candle, right? Last time we broke out, right? Just look at it. Last time we broke out all the way up to 70K, 68K roughly, right? When price started to sell off, what stopped price from going lower? The same thing I trade every single day. This down close candle, we tap into it, and what do you know? Skyrockets. Oh, looks like the algorithm is repeating itself. We expand, and now we're pulling back. A lot of people think this gap means something. In my eyes, this is just for people to be absorbed. Price is likely pushing right back to 47K. You know, maybe it may not actually tap it this time because that is a pretty steep drop. But if it does tap into it, you guys know what to do. Start looking for buys. If it doesn't tap into it, oh well. But chances are it's gonna tap right into 48K or lower before going higher. You know what I mean? So this one right here, we never tapped into this one. We never even filled in this gap. This right here was just an extreme sense of urgency. But down goes crypto once again, if you ask me. I love the rejection here, guys. Just looking for that 5-minute break to confirm. YM, what are you up to? Yeah, we're chilling, man. Notice how quick time flies when you're looking at the 5-minute chart instead of that 1-minute chart. So nice. The same way I was looking at this area for shorts, if we tap into it and start closing through these 5-minute bearish candles, that's telling me price wants higher. Because if we were bearish, we would not do that. We haven't hit anything bearish on YM just yet. I like this area up here for potential rejection. We're trading this out of this fair value gap. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna sit back here. I don't really see much going on just yet. We're just waiting for some sort of follow through. At this moment, there's no reason to even get my hopes up. Just wait and see what happens, right? Maybe we get this closure underneath, maybe we don't. But I would want to see it now. You know what I mean? Like, we've already hit this area, we've already absorbed a lot of those orders with this nice wick here. We filled in the wick once, now we're filling it in twice. I want to see price go lower if we're bearish. Otherwise, I'll wait for another 30-minute profile to develop. Doesn't look like price wants to go lower though. Yeah, we're chilling, guys. All right, so as you can see, right, absolutely nothing going on here. So I'll wait for 11 o'clock. Similar to yesterday, we should see some sort of move by 11:30 or 12. So far, this initial move higher was pretty solid. The only thing I didn't like about it was that we didn't close through anything bearish until like 10. And you guys know me, like I'm a power of three trader. So if 10 o'clock rolls around and we go straight up, I'm not looking for buys. I'm expecting 10 a.m. to open lower if we're bullish, typically, right? So because we see 10 a.m. open higher and just continue going higher, that prompts me to look for shorts and shorts only. If it does continue higher, 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 then that's the day I will not have a trade going. But if you ask me, power of three is working just fine here. 9:30 opens, we barely sweep anything, we go higher. 10 a.m. opens, we don't sweep anything lower, we go higher. And now what do you notice? Another 30-minute candle opens and we go higher. This should lead to a massive sell-off pretty soon. Just a matter of time. It all depends on how this area unfolds, right? If we start giving a strong move through this red zone here, then maybe you can consider buys from like this down close candle right here. Price tried to go lower, and you're seeing it start to fail. So that could be a potential break and retest type of thing. You pull back into here and hold it. You can look for maybe midnight price or this weekly open or maybe even this high up here. But as of right now, I'm going to wait until 11 o'clock and see what the zone looks like then. So I will highlight that. I will put this on the line here. Take off this drawing. Waiting for 11 a.m. That's what I'll be doing here. Just waiting on this. I like how we're closing through here now. Would love to see that continuation higher, but we'll see. All right, here we are. The games have begun. And what do you know? Right at 11 o'clock, we start showing beautiful bearish structure. All right, so let me get ready here. I'm looking for shorts out of this candle flip here. We should have some sort of SMT, right? Oh, massive SMT. Looks like ES is weaker. SMT off of this high. All right, we take out that high on NAS. We don't take it out on ES. So I'm looking to short ES. Get that out of my way. All right, cool. So now I'm looking over at YM. YM looks identical to what is happening here. So it should pop up. There it is. Beautiful. All right, so with this, I want to know. This is tough. We're starting to flip this bearish candle here. We'll see. Let's see what happens here. Does price try to go bullish here, or is it just accumulating inside of this area here? I don't want to see NASDAQ close through, well, ES and NASDAQ. I don't want to see it close through this candle right here. All right, this down close candle. A sweep would be nice, but we've already seen that bearish reaction. So I want to see it continue with bearish order flow. We had this area highlighted earlier. Beautiful sell zone. What happens? Price pushes in 1, 2, 3 drives, sweeps those highs, SMT, and now we're starting to break structure lower. If we can get a nice wick back underneath here, that would be clean. If not, I still like the short, but I'll have to be cautious with this short if we start closing through this down close candle here. All right, because we did close. Yeah, this is tough. Come on, bro. This might be bullish. This might be bullish. Let me zoom in here. The reason I say that is because if I'm looking to draw up a bullish idea, you can draw up a bullish idea based on this. We closed through this bearish candle right here, and we haven't been able to close underneath it. All right, we closed through it right here, pull back into it, and it's maintaining this low. And that's the same across the board. Let's check YM. All right, nice. So YM is the one that's not giving you that profile. So that's good. That helps me lean more towards the short. Right? As long as we can close underneath here. I don't want to see price close through this bearish candle. I had all of this, bro. Yeah. So this bearish candle right here, I don't want to see a closure through it. And that'll help me keep that bearish idea over here. Same thing. Let's see if we can stay up under here, bro. Come on, bro. If it closes through that, that's gonna make it a little bit tougher. Sure. Yeah, I think oh, it didn't close. There we go. What is wrong with market price action, bro? It's just it's either it knows what I'm looking for, or it really like. Look at it. It made sure to edge it as much as possible and then not close through it. Like, get out of here, bro. ES barely closes through it. Let's see here, bro. This might be tougher than I would want. So, both of these close, bro. This is tough, bro. I don't even know if I want to trade this. Just hate when it tries its best to give you multiple angles instead of just playing the game. Just go up or go down. What are you doing? But if I'm sticking to the plan would be pay attention to how these 30-minute candles are opening. Notice we keep sweeping out highs and we're leaving these lows. So that right there is enough to tell me price is likely going to go lower. We also have this SMT. And notice that this new 30-minute candle is opening higher. All right, so yeah. Protocol would tell me that shorts just definitely look better here. Even though it's trying to give you a sneaky buy signal. If price can maintain... Here, let me get ready. Let me draw this up. This is what I want to see right here. If it gives it to me, I'm taking it. All right. Highlight this level here. Close through it beautifully. Make this red. All right. Same thing over here. Close through it. 10-minute chart. Wait, what time is that? 40. Yeah, I like how prices opening higher here. Scam activity. Scam activity. But make this black or something. For the short, I want shorts underneath this black line. Starting to look like a scam again, bro. Like I hate I genuinely hate stuff like that. Like, why are you just imagine, just like yesterday, bro. Imagine this ends up free falling and dumping lower, and you see this type of price action right now, and you're like, bro, why is it trying so hard to make you think it's bullish? Just stop it, bro. Give me a clean short, and we'll go about our day. Similar to this move over here, right? You see this break lower, retest. There's nothing bullish about this short. Over here, look at how we're sweeping this high. 1, 2, 3. Now we're about to get another sweep, looks like. You've already swept these highs 3 different times, kid. Just evil, bro. Stop it. If you're bullish and I'm wrong, I get it. All right. But if you end up shorting, bro, this is just perfect example of why the markets are a scam. It goes above and beyond to try and steal your money. Above and beyond, and then even beyond that sometimes. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. And here we go. Sweeping the high. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4 sweeps. Get out of here. Meanwhile, yeah, so if I'm trading this, I'll probably trade YM. Meanwhile, YM is over here chilling. No sign, no sign whatsoever that it wants higher right now on YM. Boom, boom, break. Drag this over. Pull that there. All right, now YM starting to creep up here. I don't get it, bro. Maybe we are bullish. YM hasn't given me any sign of bullishness, so I don't think we are, but maybe we end up going higher. If we do, then once we close through this red zone here, then I could start looking for higher potentially, but I'm just hoping that we just free fall lower here. I need to see a market structure shift. I'm gonna watch YM. YM just looks a lot cleaner, bro. Got these bearish gaps sitting up here. Are we tapping into it? Yeah, we did. Tapping into this bearish candle here. Oh, excuse me. Tapping into this bearish candle. I would love to see a market structure shift. What is this line? Very clean. I want shorts underneath here. So if I were to catch a short, let's say price tries to dump here, I'm cool with like a 60-point stop. Not even, maybe like 85-point stop, which would be about Nice. So yeah, I'm looking at like one contract here. Need a market structure shift. So we'll see what happens here, but this could take forever. Just doesn't look right. You know what I mean? The shorts look good, like the concept, but the structure that we're seeing just looks so manipulated. Like, bro, how many times are you gonna sweep these highs? Like, look at it, bro. I'm not seeing any market structure shift. Right, we drive right up into here, sweep the high, and then pull back. So I need some sort of lower high here where price bounces and then break structure. Then I'm cool with a short. Right now it just looks like something's not right. We sweep this high and we just drop. That's not a market structure shift. Here we go, bro. Here we go. Let's see if we catch this short, man. Let's see. As I mentioned, YM just looks so much cleaner than everything else right now. Look at it. You see how it's trying to run here? It's ridiculous. This is so stupid. I don't think it's bearish, bro. This doesn't look right. Now if we pull back into like one of these gaps in here and hold it, then maybe I'll short it. Something like that. But we have to pull back at least once here. So we know, right? Just like here, if you were thinking this was gonna short, if you didn't wait for a pullback, you got obliterated. Same thing right now. If we're truly bearish, we'll pull back and respect these levels and keep, and then start pushing lower. Then that's when you can be like, all right, I'm bearish. I'll try it out. But right now, we need to see that pullback. All right, so if I'm short, like I said, I want to short ES. So let me drop this short. If this gap goes up right here, I'm hit for this short. Somewhere down in here. Maybe like a 15-point stop. And I'm looking for, let's see what we have. I'm looking for like 9:30 or 10 a.m. Nothing crazy. And I won't do that big of a stop. I'll do like 14 points. 13, yeah, 14.25. That 1.5. I need to see a strong turn out of these gaps here and then close back underneath this black line. I'll take an entry around 68.72. Zoom in over here. 13.5 point stop would be 7 micros. Mm. 68.72. this is where it has to turn. So there's no negotiating here. I want to see a strong move off of this level, or this short is probably trash. I'm gonna try to manipulate one more time or something stupid. There we go. 68.72. 13. I'm looking for what, like 18 points, maybe 17. Yeah, 13.5 point stop equals 7 contracts. This would total about $500 on the table if price wants to continue lower here. We got that market structure shift. You saw price try to go lower, push higher, break lower. And here goes that manipulation once again. Bro, this is so stupid, bro. I think I'm done. I might be done for today, bro. Market just doesn't want to go anywhere. If this zone fails, we're for sure gonna probably just keep pushing up. Oh yeah, look at this. Tell me you're a scammer without saying you're a scammer. This is the scam candle right here. Nothing bullish about YM right now, but we're about to get some bullish pressure for the first time, so I think I'm gonna start looking for buys. Yeah. See how patience saves you from a manipulated market? Patience and a really good system will help you in these manipulated markets. So what happens now? I need to see price start closing through these bearish candles. We just saw price slam off of this, so I need to see price close through it if we're truly bullish. If we're not bullish, then this level will literally be a brick wall. The price will end up right back down here. Then maybe you try to short, but it's already looking like way too much scam activity. So let's see, man. And the reason I'm not looking to buy off of this level here, even though this level is proving to be very strong, is simply because YM hasn't offered that yet. Notice if you're looking at this 30-minute window, price didn't close through any bullish candle. So there's no reason for me to use anything in this candle as structure. But now we're starting to see from 11 o'clock to 11:30. Now we're starting to see price close through bearish candle. So now this is telling me price has more of a chance to climb higher. See if we can get a better close above it. Still a little iffy, but now you're starting to see that bullish pressure take over. If I wasn't watching YM, I could be in this trade. Let's go look into it. See what it looks like down there. All right, we close through this down close candle. So let me erase some of this. Like that. Erase this. Let's pretend that we're not bearish, right? If I see we close through this bearish candle, notice how we drive right back into it. But I take that back. Yeah, no, bro, this is ugly. Why don't I like this? We have this bearish profile. We drive into it here, and then what happens? We take out this high. Once this high gets taken out, I'm waiting for either a new setup or I'm not taking it, because this right here is my objective every time. So if I were to buy it down here, my TP would have been literally this high. Knowing that price can reverse off of that high, that's a really important rule. Once price hits that target, kill your buy idea, kill your sell idea, or go break even if you're in a trade, because it could reverse off of that. So now, with that being said, this is for sure not an area that I'm looking to trade. I'll only be looking to buy if we get a fresh point of interest. which would be a closure through here. Strong move above here, expand, get up here somewhere, and then pull back and show me what I want to see down here. Then I'm buying it. I'm targeting this high and I'm done, right? So yeah, good job. This area right here has already been tapped into. ES is about to take this high as well. And then on top of that, we're finally getting the same type of setup on YM. So now we have the same profile all across the board. 11 a.m. is offering the first clean continuation candle. If we close above it, we still have a minute left. So let's see. So all this bearish nonsense, get out of my face. See how hard it tries to get you to do the wrong thing, bro? It's like ridiculous, bro. Get out of here. Like it's trying its best for you to lose your family income. it's so evil. But you really don't notice stuff like this unless you trade for a while. Because when I first started trading, I thought I had it figured out within the first year. Because I understood, I want to just buy low and I want to sell high, right? But then you start to realize, like, bro, the market will do its best to try and take out as many people as possible for hours. I used to think maybe if I wait an hour, I'll be good. Wait 2 hours, I'll be good. No, bro. Market will sit there and manipulate all day long if it wants to. All week. So I completely changed my approach. I'm looking for manipulation. And I only trade the manipulation. If you notice, the manipulation takes place. This is the opposing candle before the move, right? So this is why I trade up in this area only. This is manipulation zone. Anytime you see a big move, you're going to see the opposite candle form before a big move. And that was the breakthrough for me. Like, for example, up here, if you go back and you just look at this move right here, you're thinking, oh, we're about to go higher. Look at it. It's just trading higher. But once you've traded long enough, you understand that this is exactly what happens before it goes the complete opposite way. So I need to be looking for reasons to go opposite. The moment we start closing through these candles, I'm looking to go opposite. Why? That's why. Every big move starts with an opposing candle. So every big drop starts with a move up. And that's how the market scams people. It gets in your brain, right? Everybody likes to buy when they see green candles. Nobody likes to buy when they see down candles. But that's when you're supposed to be looking for buys. Right? It's a psychological battle. And they've literally programmed these markets to take advantage of how humans think. So like if you're watching the chart, it's almost like if you're watching this chart and you're like, man, I just want to buy this so bad. That's when you know you need to be looking to sell. Once it gets in your head and makes you feel like, oh, I really, really think this is about to happen, go opposite. That strategy right there probably enough to make you profitable. You don't need any of this stuff that I'm doing. All right, so what this tells me is this manipulation zone is either going to be filled in. So like you see this wick up here. Let's erase this. See this wick right here? If I take this red box away, this wick right here, I'm looking for price to either sweep it out, meaning like push through it, take that high, or get up deeper into here before you see some type of selling pressure. But this move right here just looks so fake to me. It looks like price is at any moment it's just gonna crash through it. All right, but when you see that we've had such a massive run lower, you start to think, okay, if price wanted to trade all the way back up here, it could, just to be dirty, just to give a false sense of hope. All right, so Oh wow, look at this. We are not closing through this candle, guys. This is starting to become overly complicated for no reason, man. One moment is bullish, next moment is bearish. But I like this. Oh yeah, I like this. I like this. Let's see if we can get. Oh goodness. I don't know. I can genuinely say I don't know here because YM, notice we're closing through bearish candles. We're closing through this bearish area of interest. Meanwhile, the other two over here are pretending as if it just can't break it. So you just got to give it a little more time. See which one's telling the truth. Either we're about to short and we're getting clues right now from ES and from NASDAQ, right? Either that's the case, the short is about to unfold, or YM is giving us a hint that we are not bearish and it's gonna keep going higher. So just do not short, right? These are the type of days where you just want to really be as patient as possible. As patient as possible, because it's just begging you to make a mistake right now. It says I'm long from 9:50 a.m. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you're pushing here, bro. What's your target? Let's see what your targets are, bro. So this black line right here gets my attention. Let's see how price responds underneath it. We see NASDAQ fall underneath, and then you see ES doesn't even bother it. Yeah, this looks, we're gonna go bullish here, and YM, thank you for being honest. 25.48. Yeah, I would say yeah, you're good, bro. 25.48. What is that? Oh, the swing high in here. Looks good to me, bro. It looks like we're starting to see a ton of bearish absorption. Price wanting lower for a little bit and then not being able to go lower. Let's see what this looks like on the 1 minute. This is a really ugly buy. I wouldn't take it. But you can see which down close candle started this move. It's this 1030 low. Price puts in this low and tried multiple times to get underneath it and was not able to. Once we take out this high right here. All right, so we got this low right here. Expands, pulls back, sweeps, fails to close through it, and then takes that high. Once we take that high, I'm like, all right, I would love a reversal. And we see potential reversal profile, but it's just not giving me what I want to see. So maybe now that we have this candle over here, 1030, push, pull back. Once ES takes this high out, which it looks like it may have right here, yeah. Once we take out this high, we should get another set of momentum to see whether price wants to break through it or are we about to start slamming off of it. If YM comes back and starts closing through these bullish candles, there goes another short opportunity. But it has to happen like right now. like literally before 11:30 hits, if this 5 minute candle in the next 2 minutes can just start leaching lower and close through here, then I'll be okay with looking at more shorts. But for now, I'm sitting on my hands because these over here are starting to look extremely weak. We take this high, nice rejection off of that high, still haven't really shown much strength, and we're just accumulating slowly. So yeah, I'm just gonna wait, man. Either I'm gonna get a really perfect setup or I'm not trading this. Oh, nice. You were in you were in the ICT fanatic group. Yeah, bro. That's where that's where it all started for me. Before that, I wasn't even trading futures at all, bro. I was trading forex, Euro USD, Great Britain pound. That's crazy. I remember those days like it was yesterday. I was like back 2023, 2024, 2022. Yeah, this looks like it's just slowly grinding higher. What's Nvidia look like? The biggest scam ever happened yesterday when we saw Nvidia sell off and gap down. Look at this, bro. Look at this. So when was the? Yeah, this was. Yeah, this was. Wait, when was that? Thursday. Yeah, so I think Wednesday. Yeah, that was the. I want to say Wednesday. That was when they reported earnings. I want to say the best earnings report ever recorded in American history, and look what happens to the stock. It goes the complete opposite way that you would expect, right? Scam. It's a scam. It's such a scam. Like you can't reason with any of this. Like, explain to me how the strongest company in the world that ever existed reports a really, really good report and the market goes on a nosedive. It's hilarious, bro. What about crypto? What are we up to right now? Crypto dying as well. Really just ranging since 9:30. Yeah, we're chilling, man. Good patience today, guys. I'm convinced this is just pure laziness on the charts right now. But yeah, bro, if you are in the buy, I don't see any reason to get out. I would just hold this. All right, cool. So YM, we invalidate the sell idea. Good patience. We offer a bullish idea here. All right, a drive back into here is valid for higher if this maintains structure. And you can target this liquidity here. The market open. This was 9:30 open. Put this wick up here. Okay. All you need is for the other charts to offer a similar profile. Unfortunately, I do not see that. From 11. Notice all of the bearish candles inside of this 11 o'clock sequence. None of them have been closed through yet. So there's no reason for me to look for a break and retest yet. Over here at 11, we closed barely through this one bearish candle. So that's just not my profile, right? I'm sure another trader could get in here and draw up a reason to buy it, but I'm gonna chill. It's 11:30. Let's hope by 12 price can give cleaner structure, this down close candle was nice. Like if I were able to catch a clean a clean move where ES gave this exact profile, like for example, I'm looking over here, we get this down close candle and we close through it beautifully. If if this was identical across all of the charts, I would have bought this. This is perfect. If I zoom in, you're gonna see price open a new candle inside of this bearish candle. Beautiful. Open up a new 30-minute candle in there, and then I'm looking for price to respect anything inside of it and go bullish, and there it is. You're gonna get this lower high where price drives into it, pushes out, tries to go lower. Here's your bearish candle that tried to go lower. It doesn't really have to go too much lower, but it just tries to go lower, and then it breaks higher. You get this retest right here. There goes your buy. And that's the exact setup we took yesterday, except for the fact that it just wasn't showing across the board, right? Just to avoid manipulation, I want to see the same exact setup show up across the board on YM and ES. It will, like, lower your trade count, which is not terrible, but you're going to miss trades like this if they're not showing up on every chart. But when they do show up on every chart, that's like no excuse not to take the trade, right? So that's kind of why I like it. I have no excuse to talk myself out of it or hesitate. When I see it across the board, just take it. And the win rate has been phenomenal, so you can't argue with that either. This is just not my cup of tea though, so not my cup of tea. Let's hide all this and delete this. All right, so this could give us a clean profile. So I'm gonna wait once again, give price. Let's see here, yeah, give price another 30 minutes to make up his mind. I'll be on stream until like 1 o'clock. I don't want to feel like I have to rush into anything. This is as choppy as it can be. Somehow it's still going up, but YM just does a better job at everything lately. Even the choppy days on YM look better. Nice. Yeah, 950 longs. Where was that? Right here. That's fire. Fair value gap. Tap into it. Oh, that's not. Thank you. 950. Yeah, so you can see this down close candle right here is where the move started. Price puts in this bearish candle, fails to go through it. Booyah. Really nice, yeah. Now we're starting to take out some of these highs. Slow day for me, man. But when I look at what's been going on, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. Though, like he said, the best entry was in that first 30-minute candle, somewhere between 9:30 and 10. This was the best entry place. If you're buying up in here, you're not you're not enjoying this process at all. It's almost lunchtime. I would love to see a slam through this candle, bro. A slam through here, retest, free fall. Clean up everything. If we go to a higher time frame, I'm sure we're sitting inside of something bearish, right? Oh yeah, we tap into this gap. Let's see, 30-minute chart, no, 15-minute. Really nice. So yeah, we get this bearish candle right here. I would love for this to be the catalyst for lower. Same thing over here at SMT. We got this bearish candle right here. I'll make it gray just because it doesn't have to hold up, but I need to be aware. Don't want to be too bearish, but I'm like almost left with no other option, right? I'm a power of 3 trader, meaning anytime there's a new higher time frame candle open, I'm expecting it to open opposite of where it truly wants to go. And literally every single candle that we seen so far since 9:30, it opens higher, opens higher, opens higher, opens higher. And here we are again at 11:30 a.m. opening higher. So with that protocol, I know the best plays are gonna come with the fake out, right? It's opening higher to trick people into thinking buy. You know what I mean? So with that, if I can catch a clean break, I think it's gonna give it to us. It's just a lot of resistance in this area, right? Price is struggling as it is. Lots of accumulation. Now we're just looking for follow through. There we go. And a beautiful closure here. All right, so what I'll do is I'm gonna sit back. I'll let this 30-minute candle do its thing, simply because price is taking forever to go up here. I doubt if it's just gonna drop in one candle. If you give it time, it'll give you exactly what we've seen about 5 times this week already. Price will give you a setup, and then that next 30-minute candle will open up and drive right into that setup and give you a clean rejection or a continuation. Right? If it's not clean, I really just don't want it. And hopefully things can clean up a bit here. So we haven't closed through this candle yet. We have 4 minutes left. So yeah, I'm gonna sit back here and just relax. My first target is gonna be this 10 a.m. because why? Power of 3. We open higher. We don't even bother sweeping out anything underneath this 10 a.m. price. So realistically, price should at least sweep this low if we're bearish before showing any bullishness. Mark that off as liquidity. And then over here, ES is going to be the one that I really want to short. Look how far down you can get before even sweeping out anything under 10 a.m. Beautiful. YM, same protocol. Where's 10 a.m.? YM will give you this low. If we short here, guys, YM will give you a massive return. Let's say you catch a short somewhere around here. Stop up here. Target the low. 250 points. And it seems like a lot, but it's really not, bro. It's really not. We've probably caught, I know I've caught like at least 200 points on YM before. It took 15 minutes though. Last time I traded YM on that, it took like 15 minutes. Here, let me see if I can pull up that trade. This is the chat. Seems like a lot, but where is it? There it is. It was 230 points. It took 5, 10, 15 minutes. This was a trade. This was back Thursday, February 12th, 10:30. Price offered a beautiful, beautiful closure through this up close candle. Got a nice push into it on the 1 minute chart, and then dumps 1, 2, 3, 5 minute candles, 15 minutes, 230-point move. So it is possible, and we're getting a beautiful close here. Beautiful. Yeah, if you're in buys right now, I would definitely break even or scale out, because this could get bloody. And looking at the clock, we just wasted literally 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours going up. We trade directly into bearish territory, and now we're getting a clean profile here, which sucks because if it runs without me, there's nothing I can do here. I need a retest of this up close candle. Please don't take off without me, kid. Boom, boom. All right, time frame, boom. Move out to the left. We know we're in bearish territory on the higher time frame. We know we're overextended. We know the power of 3 tells us to look for shorts. And we know that we have to be patient. So everything's checking off here. All right, nice. Kill these background noises here. All right, so yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'll just be back. I don't want to sit here and watch this. If it runs away from me, I'm gonna be mad. But what I'll do is I'll literally set an alert right here, all across the board, and I'm waiting for price to return back into this red zone here. It might not, but it also might. So don't want to get my hopes up. Just let it play out here. Put an alert over here as well. And then I'm anticipating that I have a trade by 12 or 12:30. That's my game plan. 12. I'll watch YM here because I think I'm going to end up shorting YM. Let's see which one's weaker before I get too caught up here. 9:30. Oh yeah, YM hasn't even taken out that 9:30 high yet. So if I'm short, I'm going to short YM. You notice the 9:30 high is right here on both ES and NQ. We're well above the 9:30 open, pushing closer towards midnight price. YM nowhere near midnight, still underneath 9:30. So the game for the short on YM should be A plus 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 plus. You can short it up here, stop above there maybe, target these lows. You know me, I'm not going to hold for 300 points. I may get 150, 180 type of thing, but we'll see. So I'm going to lock in on YM, set some alerts, and then I'll be back at 12 o'clock. And I'll just put this here for whoever joins the stream. This is what I'm looking for, but not in this candle. I want it in this candle right here. 11:30. 12. I want it over here, this candle. All right, cool. All right, so looks like YM doesn't want to give a clean retest. However, we do have perfect area of interest over here. So I'm gonna watch and probably end up shorting ES here. Breaking the line already. Black line up underneath it. Looking for some sort of bearish candle to trade off of. So probably this one right here. Hopefully it doesn't run, bro. Some stuff is like unreal, bro. Hopefully it does not run. Just give me a tap into one of these. We're gonna break structure here. You get that lower high. Boom. Break this level. Perfect. Just pull back now. I'm looking to go short around 77s. Come on, give us an open higher here. Let that algo kick in. Open higher. All right, we have this bearish gap right here for NASDAQ. We have this bearish candle here for ES. So I'm looking for a drive into here with a sharp turn. There we go. Nice drive, nice algorithmic open up higher. And YM is extremely weak. Let's see what happens in this area here. I am looking for a sharp turn lower. Let's find that EMA. There goes that EMA. Sharp turn lower here. I can get in with like a 12-point stop, which is going to be about 8 micros. All right, moment of truth. It's 12 o'clock. This is what I've been waiting for all day. We slammed through it over here, but we know NASDAQ is a lot stronger, so we expect stuff like that on NASDAQ. We're looking for ES to maintain this gap. YM, on the other hand, we haven't tapped into anything, but we're underneath this strike zone here, this black line on YM. Just looking for price to show some resistance. We got these bearish candles right here. New candle opens, drives up. You've already taken out this low. You got your market structure shift. And now you're just looking for price to maintain something bearish to go lower. Patience, patience. Let's see if the market is done manipulating these shorts, and let's see if we can get a clean turn here to drop and free fall. Nice, we're back above the black line here. We haven't broken that black line on NAS, so no reason to short just yet. Waiting to see if we're gonna manipulate these highs maybe, then crash lower, whatever the case may be. Gotta wait a little longer here. Just a tad bit longer. Market structure shift, order block, tapping into it. Same thing here. We just failed to take that low over here. And we're getting SMT off the high. YM. No shift at all so far. If this can turn aggressively here, I am all over this short. Notice these 4-hour prices here. Notice this previous resistance. This level right here has been a brick wall for price. We've broken lower, broken lower, broken lower. Finally break structure once we clear this low. And now we're retracing very quickly. That's an algorithmic retrace. The price just expands right away back into this area. And then if we get another strong rejection, I'm looking to short. No entry yet, no entry yet. Maybe we're waiting for YM to get back in here. But anything inside of this red zone here is fair game for shorts. This doesn't have to be the exact POI right now. Maybe we get one more sweep here and then flip bearish, but worst case scenario, let's say NASDAQ gets above this red zone here. If that happens, I want to see ES fail and give you SMT. All right, That right there keeps the sell idea on the table. We get too strong, you know what I mean, and we start closing up in here on both charts, closing through this red zone, then I'm like, that's really not what I want to see. All right, so no way Price just runs without filling in one of these gaps, right? That's what I'm looking at. I'm like, bro, can you at least just fill in one of these bearish gaps so I know for sure that this is what I'm looking for? We're underneath the black line. NASDAQ, this might run, bro. 12 and a half points. I might have to short this. Can you just fill this gap for me, kid? We close underneath here on NAS. I gotta pull the trigger and just deal with it. Clock looks good. It's 12 o'clock. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna burn. Let me get that short, kid. Looks like we might try to run here. We do have some bearish gaps up here, so if it does pull back, I can't be bothered by that. But we are closing through. Nice rejection, nice SMT. Right, you keep seeing that bearish pressure from this area, so eventually it should free fall. Looking for 1.5 R here. Let's get a free fall for the kid. YM, I like YM because YM doesn't even bother getting back up into here. It's super weak right now. So maybe we get some of that selling pressure across the board here. What's my target here, bro? I'm looking, like I said, yeah, I want to see something underneath 930. Let's see if we get some speed here. Man, bro, bearish gap right here. Another bearish gap forming potentially. Let's get some speed here, ES. If you are rocking with the shorts, also drop a like on the stream, man. Let's charge up these shorts. If you are bearish like I am, drop a like. Let's see if we can charge up these shorts. All right, and there you have it. Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Lord. This is beautiful. I'm gonna take this, guys. What is this? 1.2, 1.3 R. Yeah, I'll give it a chance, but the way YM is looking right now, I don't want to be too greedy, but this is everything I was waiting for. So, all right, there we go. Yeah, so I'm actually gonna. Oh, is it gonna TP out here? It looks like it wants to. That's a banger, kid. All right, I'm out there. 16 points. And there you have it. I am not gonna be greedy here, just understanding that everything is pretty much selling off here. It's overdue for a pullback. I'll take that. I will take that. YM once again. Somehow YM doesn't even bother to retest. I wanted to short YM instead. If you get this short here, this would have been 160 points, 2.5 risk to reward. But anyway, excellent move. Let me check my accounts real quick, make sure I'm signed out. No open positions. Excellent. And that's how I'm going to end the week there. Let me screenshot this real quick, drop it in the chat. This right here made me a little bit sketched out how we just didn't even feel any bearish gap. But that should open the door for a really nice sell-off, right? If price is in a rush to go lower here, I don't blame it. We wasted a ton of time pretending to be bullish. And this is why power of 3 is king. All right, yeah, let me screenshot this real quick. Good exit, by the way. Literally right at 16 points. 1.3 R. 12.5 point stop. A little over $600. Perfect trading week. Excellent. All right, cool, cool, cool. That's a wrap for the week. Up a little over 2,600 bucks on the week across my accounts. This is all that you could ask for when you're trading these markets. So extremely grateful, and as always, you guys enjoy your weekend. God bless. Any questions, or if you want to just share, your trading, jump in the chat room. Let us know how your trading week went. Hopefully everyone had a solid week. I'm looking at a really, really solid performance throughout February so far. So let's finish strong. Next week, I think March may start next week, right? Let's see. Yeah, next week will be in March. Fire. So yeah, February is complete. Absolute masterclass. I'm extremely thankful as always, and be ready to lock in for next week. Like I mentioned though, I think price goes lower. So I'll set some targets here just for my notes. I would say that we're gonna at least hit this 930. Did we hit it over here yet? No, we haven't. We just started the sell off, if you ask me. But price has been ranging, so that's why you definitely secure what you can here and then just walk away. Don't want to be greedy. Friday chop is upon us. YM is it's really good, but at the same time, it doesn't really give you the best entry. So it's like how would I trade this? We never hit the point of interest. We swept this high, broke structure. I was hoping for at least a pullback to show me that okay, price is ready to go lower. Just pull back into one of these gaps and slam off of it, because I'm already bearish, right? It's not like I need any more confirmation. I just need to know what's a good entry location. And you would have just had to hope for the best, maybe short this inversion, but I'm not doing that. I'd much rather trade ES or YM. I'm sorry, or NASDAQ. Nice rejection off of this level here. This should continue dumping from right here. I love that rejection off of that level. Yeah. And then notice we're at this previous daily low for ES. Yeah, I would love to see the sales pour on. My targets are down here. Let me mark out some targets. I post this on my channel. And I'll catch you guys on Monday.